Divrei Torah tonight is going to be the Nishmat Eliezer ben Angela רוח השם תחנו בגן עדן וגם את רעיה בת חומרמיה מירה רוח השם תחנו בגן עדן תהיה נשמתה צורה ושומרים. איפה דוד עמנואל ישבק, יאללה. רבותיי, זרע שמשון, parshat tisa. We're standing in a few hours, 12 hours before Purim. If this is so, we're going to say something from Purim. I know Daniel is waiting to hear something on Purim, right, David? So the question is, what does Zera Shimshon have to say on the books that Daniel bought? 2 books for Purim, and I took one of them to the school and I studied it yesterday, just to show Daniel that he didn't spend money for no reason. He bought the book and I studied to prepare it. The Almighty God will bless our very own Daniel and his wife to have a long life and healthy life. And all the listeners that listening to a life-changing class, the Zera Shimshon, that these holidays of Purim, Olam will answer all our prayer. Let us say amen. Whatever, Rabotay. The Zera Shimshon write questions, beautiful questions on Purim. They said, "Ubaviza lo shalchu et yadam." The Jewish nation never touched the money of not Haman, not his children, and not anyone that they killed. David, why we didn't take the money? It was multi-billions, billions of dollars. Why did the pasuk have to say we didn't touch the money? Why is it important to know this? The answer of the Zera Shimshon is very simple. It's halakha. Because they are from Amalek, and we're not allowed to touch anything to do with Amalek. Anything to do with Amalek, we cannot touch. So, beautiful, right? We cannot, we have to forget the names. One of the reasons is because a nation that hates you for no reason, we didn't do nothing bad to this low life. And they hate us for hating us. Example, Iran. If Iran will stop with the clear weapons, they will be one of the richest, if not the richest countries in the world. They're willing to lose themselves, to lose their money. Hezbollah, Hamas, they're willing to die, to kill all the children. For what? Just to kill a Jew. Unreal. Such a nation, you cannot have nothing to do. Egypt, it's okay. Because as much that we served in Egypt, 86 years of slavery, and they killed many Jews in Marshman. But it was a reason. The reason is they got afraid. Maybe we're going to grow up. Maybe we're gonna multiply. Maybe we're gonna conquer Egypt. They get afraid. They had a reason. But Amalek had no reason. What's the reason? What's the reason of Amalek? Because of that, the Torah commands us. You cannot remember Amalek. You have to speak. You have nothing to do with Amalek. So the Zera Shimshon is asking, how can it be? Emmanuel, how can it be that the Gemara said clearly, מבני בניו של המן למדו תורה מבני ברק. The grandchild of Haman הרשע studied Torah in Bnei Brak. I don't understand. We cannot touch the money. We cannot remember Amalek. And the grandchild of the worst enemy of the Jews. He was a rabbi. A rabbi that sit down and teaching Torah in Bnei Brak. How can he be? The name of the rabbi, Rabbi Shmuel Bar Shilat. We know the names. He was the grandchild of Haman. This low life. We cannot take the money, but the children we can do. For one question. Second question is, listen to the beautiful questions. They said that they hang the 10 children of Haman. They killed all the generation of Haman. And the question is, how can it be that they killed the children? What about the wife? Dr. Albert, that the wife ever got punished? What's the name? What's the wife of Haman? What's the name of the Zeresh? That she got? Do you know who gave advice to Haman to kill Mordechai? This low life. She is the one that gave him. And she disappeared. The Midrash writes, she ran away. She succeeded to run away. and she was alive. Nothing happened to her. Why not? Why all the generation of Amalek is dead except this one? And the answer is as fun. Come to Zera Shimshon and teach you a rule. And the rule is beautiful. What the rule? What the rule? We take it lightly. We take Dr. Albert. When one day when I'm going to invite you to your home, to my home, to Hashem home, Emmanuel, David, Daniel, Eliyahu. When I'm going to invite you to Shabbat, you're going to know how important it is to come to eat by the rabbis. Why? They said, anyone that eats in the table of Talmid Chacham, anyone that come to eat, and he makes sure that rabbi is going to come to his house to eat, or he's going to the rabbis, he's going to a restaurant, you invite the rabbis. Especially if you're going into Resolve Cut, you have to invite the rabbis just to make sure. Why? Consider to be that you have the presence of God in the tables. Unreal. You don't understand that. Why? It's a mitzvah d'oraita, by the way. What's the mitzvah? Uledavka bo. You have to be stick and stuck to Hashem. How can you be stick and stuck to Hashem? And the answer is, every time you follow rabbis, every time you eat with rabbis, consider to be that Shekhinah is with you. Consider to be that Borei Olam sit unreal, Daniel. What's the connection between that to our questions? Can you answer what's the questions? What's the connections? Well, now I'm talking to you and I said how important it is to eat food with Talmidei Chachamim. What's the connection between the question against a man, the question against the grandchildren, Vashti? What's the connection? Do you know why a man had the zechut to have grandchildren that became Talmidei Chachamim? Because for 2 nights he ate food with Esther HaMelka. Esther was a tzaddiket. Just the zechut to eat twice with such a righteous woman. Do you understand? Coincidence, not coincidence. Only Zera Shimshon, I told you, only Zera Shimshon. He connected with look like there's no connections. Now, in order to have a grandchild, you had to have Vashti. So Vashti you had to have. So because of that, she remained alive to bring the child that will bring the grandchild that will become a rabbi to teach Torah. So a man got killed, but his wife ran away to bring children. What's the name of the children? Is Rabbi Shmuel ben Shilat, one of the biggest rabbis. And why that they had the zechut, the privilege to have children? We cannot touch their money, we cannot touch. Because one time, one day, second day he was already dead. But one night, when he ate with tzaddiket, elevate his son, elevate his place, to be married, to have a grandchildren of tzaddikim. If this has happened to this low life, to Amalek, how much more so when the rabbi is invited you to his home? You never said no. Rabbi, we will be there. Because you're going to see unlimited wealth, unlimited happiness, unlimited success. And let us say amen. Once again, you are in the BJCC Youth Media and Thought Floor, the place to be. My name is Rabbi Asher Vaknin, and I approve this message.